Here now to help us take the temperature of the race at this point, I'd like to welcome in Republican strategist Matt Klink and Democratic strategist and former U.S. Representative from Georgia, Dee Dawkins-Haigler. I thank you both for joining me today. Matt, I would like to start with you. Let's start with what's happening right now in North Carolina. Vice President Kamala Harris's campaign quickly released an ad tying Trump to Mark Robinson. Do you think this could potentially hurt the former president? This is a state, where any fall off of Republican turnout really could be significant because this race is essentially tied.
Nichole, I think you made a great point. Certainly look, I give the Harris campaign kudos for being quick to capitalize on a September surprise of opposition research. I would hope that the research is ultimately accurate and this isn't misinformation. If so, it's pretty sad. But look, you're right. In a tight race, little things can make a little difference. And certainly, it's not something that the Trump campaign wants in a state that they are ahead, arguably, but by a fingernail. So yeah, it's not a good thing. But it's not going to deter Donald Trump from his message and communicating that Bidenomics, which says you pay more to live less, has been a failure and it's hurting North Carolinians. And he's going to keep pressing that message, and that is resonating. So it's life in a political campaign. You take the good and the
All right, former Representative Haigler, I'd like to go to you. And I do want to acknowledge you are in your car because you are actually at, I'm told, that rally that is going to be happening shortly there in Georgia. So for all of our viewers wondering. But I do want to talk to you about that virtual rally that the vice president held last night with Oprah, who is the former queen of daytime TV. Critics are saying that the VP rambled at times, didn't really give substantive answers. Is this the type of formula we're going to continue to see from Kamala Harris? So, because again, polling is currently either tied or within the margin of error when it comes to, where voters are siding in this race.
Thank you for having me. Can you all hear me well?
Yes.
Okay, great. I really don't think that the VP rambled last night. I think that there were so many human stories intact, and she was really trying to digest the moment of it all, because when you heard the stories of people losing their lives just because doctors were afraid to give them health care because of abortion ban laws, it was really disheartening. And at times, I felt like she was choking up with tears because I know I did. So I'm really excited about her being in Georgia today. Can't wait to see her, live. To talk about how we must protect our reproductive freedoms, that women must have autonomy over their own bodies, and we cannot allow the government to have a say about whether or not we bring life into the world, about our own medical condition.
Yeah, and as you said, certainly supporters think that rally was very successful. So yeah, I was only pointing out some of the feedback from critics there. Matt, I would like to go back over to you. The former president yesterday was courting Jewish voters. He was at a Fighting Anti-Semitism in America event in D.C., promising to, quote, make Israel great again. But polls show Kamala Harris has the majority of the Jewish vote. So is the former president going to be able to move that needle at this point in the race?
The needle's already moved. Let's be real clear. Historically, the Democrats have had a virtual lock on the Jewish vote in the United States, but that number is eroding in part because Kamala Harris's radical position and the pro-Hamas caucus in the Democratic Party. Americans overwhelmingly support Israel. They overwhelmingly support the right of Israel to defend itself following the horrific October 7th attack by Hamas. And Kamala Harris and Joe Biden have been anything but strong in this regard. They've been pretty mushy. So, look, Donald Trump has already made great gains, and I think that he's going to make even more gains as Kamala Harris continues to appease the radical left of the Democratic Party.
Thanks for watching. Go to joinnn.com to find NewsNation on your screen. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.